Everybody, welcome back to my channel, and today, as you can see, we have Dia here because of course we need that since we're here in Sumeru. And you're also wondering, where on earth is my face cam? You see, what had happened was I punched myself somehow in my sleep. So yeah, and now my nose is really swollen and it hurts to even put on my glasses and to put on makeup and such. So we are going to do without the face cam today. Anyway, I'm gonna hit you guys with a little recap of some stuff that I played offline, and then we are going to be getting into this episode here in our Sumeru Arc today. So I will see you guys in a minute. So to start off, we meet Catherine, or shall I say Nahida, in Pardis Di. Nahida tells us that the doctor created hallucinations on the people of Sumeru to trick them into thinking that we saved them from some impending doom. The doctor, Il Dottore, is a master at working the 𝐬𝐻𝐴 and eventually will plan on capturing her consciousness inside of it as well. In Pardis Di, we meet someone else that we haven't seen in a while. It's 𝐻𝐻𝐴. 𝐻𝐻𝐴 tells us that she's no longer in training in the forest, thank God, and has reached enlightenment or the divine. Because she has reached this level of consciousness, she's able to directly connect us with 𝐬𝐻𝐴. We decide to give it a go, and she brings out that giant incense orb that made us pass out the first time. Yup, that one. And tells us to hold her hand, and now I'm skeptical. We get sucked up into the void, and we realize that this is not Greater Lord Kusanali's consciousness, nor King Deshret's. Turns out it's actually the Balladeers. By the way, I just want to say, what the hell was that? I was not expecting any of that, to be honest with you, and I'm still processing it. I thought we dealt with Chucky Pinocchio back in Inazuma, but I guess not, because he's back. We got to see part of his backstory where he was the puppet of the Shogun, then friend turned enemy against the gods.
It took 3 betrayals for me to finally understand. The world is just an elaborate tapestry of lies. My fury will never be quelled. The first to betray me was a god, my creator, my mother. Valuing strength above all, she saw no worth in me and I was discarded. The second was a human, my family, my friend. Consumed by fear, he saw me as an abomination. The third was one exactly like me. A hope for the future. A fledgling barely out of the nest. Powerless before his mortality, he broke his promise to me. Humans, they can't be trusted. And the gods fill me with pure loathing. So I said good riddance. I denounce the world and laugh in its face. My chest will never again be defiled by worldly filth. I will scrub away every last trace of human emotion. Then it will be empty, a blank slate, and ready to receive a supreme gnosis, brimming with pure divinity. There is no need to fear. The pain will be brief. Your era is coming to an end.
We return to the real world, and 𝐻𝐻𝐴 starts tripping about enlightenment, and we're definitely shook, to say the least. 𝐻𝐻𝐴 takes off running, and we're beginning to feel like something is off around here. All of a sudden, a fight breaks out, and they get my girl Catherine / Nahida straight in the back. Luckily, at the last moment, Nahida taps us into her consciousness, and who do we see there infiltrating and being nosy? Yup, 𝐤𝐻𝐻𝐵 himself. I didn't know he was the playing type because all of a sudden he wants to play peekaboo and say, I can see you. Sir, for the sake of the colony, aka the people of Sumeru, no you don't. And we make a quick exit back into our body with Tighnari in the middle of the forest. We're informed that Nahida switched consciousness with us as a quick safety measure right before Catherine, who was by the way a puppet, nobody was gonna tell me. I mean, I know she was a little strange and she would freak me out from time to time, but she was a puppet. Anyway, she's dead. Puppet, be gone, repellent. I know I said I wanted a vacation, but switching out of my body like this was Freaky Friday was not what I had in mind. Before being switched back, Nahida left a message with Tighnari saying, "The doctor has found a way to trap my consciousness so I can't journey with you anymore. But even in a moonless night, a shower of starlight can still drown out illusions and lies." Whatever the hell that means. We asked Tighnari why he was summoned by the academia, and of course he said that they were secretive as per usual, but the project they were working on was for the restoration of 𝐬𝐻𝐻𝐻. Turns out this restoration project is turning 𝐬𝐻𝐻𝐻 into a god. Are these people crazy? Tighnari also mentions that he took 𝐓𝐻𝐻𝐻 to Pardis D'i because of her mental anomalies. In other words, he saw that she was tripping and not acting like everyone else who reached enlightenment, and he found that a little weird. After this quick debriefing on what on earth is going on, Tighnari and I decide to go our separate ways. He'll stay in Pardis D'i and keep 𝐓𝐻𝐻𝐻 from tripping any further, and we head to the desert in Caravan Rabat. That's the end of the recap. Now back to the episode. I hope you guys enjoyed that recap. Wasn't it awesome? I did not expect to see 𝐬𝐻𝐻𝐻. Like, I was so stunned. Like, honestly, what I was planning to do was like a whole like recap extravaganza, like just one full episode of just a recap, but once I saw 𝐬𝐻𝐻𝐻 pull up to the party, I was like, we can't, we have to play this, we have to. And it sucks so much because you guys did not get my reaction because my face was like, my nose is so freaking swollen. But without further ado, we're going to continue here in Caravan Rabat after we visited everybody in Pardis D'i, and we're here with Dea, so let's continue.
We finally made it to Caravan Rabat. It's pretty lively here. So, just past this wall is the desert, huh? Oh, wow. Paimon remembers hearing people call this the Wall of Samiel. It's made to block sandstorms from the outside. Oh, if it's this tall, it's gotta be the divine work of Greater Lord 𝐓𝐻𝐻𝐻, right?
It is indeed quite impressive. It's truly awe-inspiring.
Enough gawking.
Oh, you got the nerve! The nerve of this man! The nerve of this man. We have not seen you in like 4 episodes. Where in the hell have you been, Alhaitham? Exactly, scaring everybody. Like, have you been following? Exactly, where did you come from?
Over here.
Alhaitham went that way. Let's hurry up and follow him. Wonder what he's up to.
I wonder too. How dare he just show up out of nowhere and be like, "Hey, follow me." Sir, I have a bone to pick with you. A few bones to pick with you.
What the? Where did she go?
What?
How did we lose them? They were just here a second ago.
Oh, they were chasing us?
More Eremite mercenaries? Who are they working for this time? Anyway, Traveler, it seems like we were being followed again.
You were too careless. You should have noticed those hopeless amateurs trailing you a long time ago.
Well, we kind of couldn't because Nahida had my consciousness at the time, and then when we came back, we were with Tighnari, and then we was just, you know, talking, and then we came here, and then you showed up out of nowhere. So, you know, at this point, I feel like we can't notice much. We just have to kind of keep moving.
There's no need to thank me. I've never cared to keep track of personal favors.
Okay.
All I did was
Rude.
correct a mistake I happened to come across. It's a habit I developed at the academia.
Okay.
You really gave Paimon a scare, Alhaitham. We never thought we'd run into you here.
I know, coming out like the Black Knight for what?
Last time we met at Port Ormos, didn't you say you were going back to the academia? Wait, don't tell Paimon that you're here to take us back on their orders.
Paimon, get a grip!
Oh,
So you've already landed yourselves on the Academia's hit list.
We did.
I can't say that I didn't expect it.
Same.
However, had I wished to turn you over to the Academia, don't you think you'd already be the 𝐴𝐼𝐼𝐼's honored guests by now?
True.
Oh, right. You do have a point.
Did you participate in the Sage's big project? Why I said
I
that?
have no interest in running errands for that project. As a scholar, I've always belonged to the camp that promotes researcher autonomy. And these days, you're more fascinating than anything the sages can offer.
Me?
Not quite. To tell you the truth, I'm still investigating the divine knowledge capsule. Unfortunately, I've run into some difficulties.
Oh, did you? Besides the fact that you stole it without telling us?
Everyone says the capsule originated in the desert and was eventually moved to Port Ormos. If I am to get to the bottom of this, I must understand how the capsule first came to be. Which brings me back to you and why you're so interesting.
My face every time somebody says something about me that's like either off-putting, dangerous, or just like a huge rumor about my backstory, I'm always sitting there with like a smile like, me? Like, no girl, this is not good information.
The leader of Ain al-Ahmar used the divine knowledge capsule right in front of you, and upon seeing him, your expression became perplexed, and you were lost in thought for quite some time. To have that kind of reaction, I think you must have realized something. Are you interested at all in sharing what you've been hiding from me?
Are you? Got some nerve to want to demand information. It must be because I was so shocked to hear those words again. World, forget me.
Alhaitham, you really have a ridiculous eye for detail. What kind of person even notices or remembers stuff like that?
Only him. I don't trust you.
So that's your answer. Well, I do work for the Academia after all. So considering that, it is indeed wise to keep your cards close to your chest. But that does prove you do have some undisclosed information about the divine knowledge capsule. Am I right?
Maybe, maybe not. None of your business.
No matter. Rather than simply learning the answers from you, I'd still prefer to investigate on my own. Speaking of, you two are also headed to the desert?
That's right. We have the same plan as you. But we don't really have any concrete goals at the moment.
Then I'd suggest starting with Aaru Village. It's the largest settlement in the desert, so it'll probably have more resources and intel than anywhere else. Well, would you like to head there together?
I guess.
It's always better to travel with someone you know. Let's go!
Paimon, look, you cannot trust strangers so easily. We don't trust this man. He just wants to know what we know. That's it. Can't be trusted. Before us lies Aaru Village, the safe haven of the desert folk.
Whoa, this landscape is really something else. What a cool place! Let's go check it out!
What? Oh, what was that? Oh, what are that's Setho's cousin, isn't it? Sorry. He immediately just on sight, y'all just start fighting it out. I'm just here like, hello. Cyno, there we go. Okay, hey. Calm down, kitten.
Unless my memory fails me, we have barely spoken 2 words to each other before now at the Academia. Would you care to enlighten me as to when and how I invited the General Mahamatra's wrath?
Mahamatra's wrath. Now, I don't know what you did to piss him off, but you better say sorry.
Alhaitham. Do not think you can escape my judgment, just because you managed to escape my attack.
I'm loving the hair and the outfit.
Judgment? So that's how you'd characterize your actions here, is it? Or would elimination perhaps be a more accurate description?
Had I used my full strength, not even this traveler would have been able to stop me.
Why am I catching strays? Hold up, wait!
Though styled like an assassination, I sought only to ensure that my target would be unable to flee or resist. Standard practice for the Matra, as well you know.
Seemed to me more like your own personal touch.
Who is that, Alhaitham? Did you call him General Mahamatra?
Yes. General Mahamatra Cyno, head of all the Matra at the Academia. He's a formidable hunter, and the ultimate nightmare for any who have committed academic crimes.
Oh, so he's like almost like a hitman, I guess.
You seem to have placed a lot of trust in Alhaitham, to the point of blocking an attack for him. If I were you, I'd never choose to side with him. I wouldn't believe a single word that comes out of his mouth.
I told you, don't trust him. Why did we hop in? I didn't even get a choice in that.
I have been pursuing this scribe for a long time. I urge you, stand back and do not seek to defend him any longer. Otherwise, there will be consequences.
Fine by me. You don't need to tell me twice. I don't trust him as much as you seem to think. But that doesn't mean I'm going to stand by and do nothing. We will. If we don't trust this man, we will.
Has Alhaitham done something wrong? Paimon doesn't think he's as bad as you've made him out to be.
He stole the... Never mind.
I won't waste my breath explaining things. Alhaitham, I saw it during our fight. Take it out. The divine knowledge capsule you're hiding on your person. Unless you want me to retrieve it for myself.
Very perceptive of you. Nothing escapes a Matra's senses.
Yep.
Wait, the divine knowledge capsule? Didn't it fall into the Matra's hands in Port Ormos?
No. See, he lied.
No wonder you speak with such confidence, Cyno. But I must admit, I'm very curious. What does this capsule mean to you? And why, as General Mahamatra of the Academia, are you all alone in the desert? As far as I'm aware, the other Matra have been speculating about your disappearance. Have you been given a mission that's, let's say, morally dubious? If I was the real target of your mission, what was stopping you from simply using your authority and resources to judge me within the walls of the Academia?
Ooh.
I should have known you'd be difficult to deal with.
You two? Ugh. What you would do, traveler? Paimon feels like we can't trust either of them.
Oh, you got Paimon angry.
Well, look at you.
Oh my God, it's Dia.
Righteous over there.
Wait, Dia? Great! Finally, someone that we can trust! You gotta help us out here. Otherwise, these two are gonna start fighting again.
Who cares? I will happily cross that little bridge without them.
Yeah, sure looks that way. Two giants from the Academia duking it out once and for all. Not something you get to see every day, that's for sure. Listen, I know you academic types love to fill up your big brains with self-righteous morality and lord your empty rules and virtues over each other. But how dare you bring your petty disputes into the safe haven of Aaru Village?
Ooh.
It seems like someone's gonna have to beat some sense into your thick skulls until you finally learn to respect these grounds.
Ooh. She's coming to beat both of y'all. Uh-huh. Suck it up, you big babies. I was about to say, yeah, they're still looking to fight.
Hey, did either of you hear a word I just said?
Kinda. I was listening, though.
Whoa, what's going on? The wind's so strong. Is this a sandstorm? Paimon's gonna get blown away.
Yep.
Another sandstorm? What's up with these recently? Hey! All of you, over here, quickly!
Candace, I have her too.
Someone's
She's not
coming,
ready
Ruff.
either.
Oh, this wind is too strong. Let's get over there.
That sounded like Candace. Come on, you two. Jeez, are all of you academia folks such hard work? Move it!
All right, stop yelling.
Well, then you move. Don't be rude to her. Look at them both bitter.
Well, this is pretty awkward.
At least I have Paimon to talk to.
Hey, wanna play sardines with 3 people who wanna tear each other limb from limb? Sure, why not? Sounds fun. The air is so thick and heavy. Paimon can hardly keep floating anymore.
Then go sit down.
My sincere apologies, everyone. This is the home of our village chief. I will have to ask you to make do with this small room until the sandstorm dies down. Please, let me introduce myself. I am Candace,
Our eyes.
protector of Aaru village.
Our savior has come at last! Nice to meet you, Candace. The name's Paimon. Thank you so much for helping us.
You have my gratitude.
There's no need to thank me. It's only right to help each other when the weather gets rough.
Wow.
Not with those two.
She's so gentle and caring. Like a nice older sister. Unlike those guys over there.
Exactly.
All right. Now that we're all better acquainted, we should return to the topic at hand. As a guardian charged with the responsibility to protect my fellow villagers from harm, I was observing your conflict from afar, even before the sandstorm started. And now that you have set foot within our village itself, it is all the more my responsibility to make absolutely sure that you pose no threat whatsoever to us. So please, have an honest and sincere conversation with one another, and put your hostile feelings to rest.
In other words, she said, y'all better not start fighting in here.
If anyone dares to start anything again while they are under this
Told
roof,
you.
I will not hesitate to send them out for some quality time with the creatures of the sandstorm.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, on second thought, Paimon may have misjudged Candace's character.
No, you didn't. It's just, there's the other half.
And that goes for you too, Miss Dia.
Ooh.
Do I make myself clear?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we got it, Candace.
That's what I like to hear. So, which of you will begin?
I was supposed to be a mediator, but I might have gotten a little too involved just now. Anyway, one of those two should probably start talking.
Wait, that was you trying to be a mediator?
I have nothing to hide, so there's no shame in explaining myself. While Alhaitham wasn't wrong about the other Matra not knowing my whereabouts, it's not because I've been assigned a morally dubious mission. Rather, I've chosen to exile myself.
Huh? Exile yourself?
A little while ago, I discovered that there was data missing in the Academia's project planning and development files. What little they did report clearly did not match the project's actual progress.
Ooh.
As General Mahamatra, I had the responsibility and authority to request an audit. However, to my surprise, the person responsible for the erroneous data was none other than Grand Sage 𝐬𝐻 himself.
Isn't that the Wizard 101 guy? It's always him.
I tried to
Find
investigate
something
the
better to
issue
do.
myself before
Have
submitting
all
a
that
formal audit
knowledge.
request. But I soon found that all leads and potential pieces of incriminating evidence were carefully concealed from me. I began to realize that they were cautious of me from the very beginning. Unsurprisingly, the Grand Sage rejected my audit request as soon as the submission reached his desk. He even said to me, "The power of the General Mahamatra is granted by the sages. You have no right to judge us."
Oh, yeah, I would have quit too. Yep. Why am I working here then?
So they really are up to no good.
I realized then that to the Grand Sage, the Matra are nothing more than tools for the sages to assert and maintain their control over knowledge. The vows that we took, the principles that we strive to uphold, they are meaningless to the academia of today.
So you then decided to exile yourself.
I believed it would be wise to flee the academia before the sages had a chance to take action against me.
Smart.
This way, they can no longer see nor predict my actions. I will never give up on this investigation. There's no need for someone else to give me power or authority. Once I find the truth, I will administer judgment by my own name.
Cyno seems to have the same goal as us. We're all investigating the sages. Plus, now that he's no longer the General Mahamatra, he somehow feels a lot less scary.
It's still too early to trust him completely. What if the whole story was just made up? This is true. Especially if it's to get Alhaitham to kind of drop his guard and to tell him what he knows.
Well, Cyno, if that's your story, then why did you see Alhaitham as a target?
See?
When I was investigating the matter in the academia, I overheard a conversation between Alhaitham and a sage.
Ooh.
The sages asked you to investigate a blonde-haired traveler. Do you dispute this, Alhaitham?
What?
Exactly.
Like many parts
Paimon
of the
bite him.
project, this assignment was undocumented. Now throw in your suspicious behavior with the Divine Knowledge Capsule, and I think we deserve an explanation.
Ooh. Into the thick of it.
Yes. I was indeed tasked with investigating the Traveler.
Uh-huh.
Alhaitham?
Keep going.
After all, the promised reward was so great that hardly any scholar could have refused. The sage told me, once you've completed this assignment, I can give you a glimpse of divine knowledge.
You know that's a lie, right? Please tell me you know that.
A most enticing offer.
Unfortunately, those academics don't know me at all. Their words contained one key piece of information, namely that divine knowledge indeed exists. That gave me all I needed to know. From my perspective, the sages are far from trustworthy. Think about it. Isn't it a little strange they're so willing to share divine knowledge with anyone, even as a reward?
True.
So, I began my own investigation following the lead of the Divine Knowledge Capsule. In the end, I realized my wisdom in committing to this rather than collaborating with the sages. Had I been less guarded, I probably would have ended up like that Ainul Ahmar mercenary, incapable of remaining sane for long enough to hold a conversation.
You mean that the sages originally planned to dispose of you, using one of those capsules that drive people insane?
I'd already given up on the assignment by then. I only told the Academia I was waiting in Port Ormos for you to appear so they wouldn't suspect anything. So it came as quite a surprise when I encountered my erstwhile target while investigating the Divine Knowledge Capsule.
Criminals do love to talk about coincidences.
Even though I ran into the Traveler by chance, I had no intention of providing assistance to the Academia. Also, you should remember, you were the ones who decided to follow me and strike up a conversation after I left that tavern.
That is true. We could have just let him leave after saving us. we did want his knowledge. Damn it.
That's true. Alhaitham helped us out at Caravan Rebot as well. Maybe he's telling the truth.
I'm willing to apologize, if that's worth anything to you.
Not really.
I took the Divine Knowledge Capsule behind your back because I judged its existence to be a significant risk. I felt that it would be best for no one to interact with it before it had been properly studied.
By just you?
After all, curiosity often proves to be the most dangerous thing in this land.
True.
You should be well aware, Scribe Alhaitham. that curiosity can also lead you to danger and suspicion.
Curiosity killed the cat.
Answer me this. Did the sages share any information about their project with you?
Ooh, but we know about it.
Have I not made myself clear? You and I are both distrusted by the academia. Do you really think they would tell me anything?
Fine. Although you haven't completely proven your innocence, I won't regard you as an enemy, for now.
As you wish.
Mm-hmm. Good. I'm glad to see you two clearing up your misunderstandings.
She's so motherly. She's
And
like,
now
okay,
you,
boys,
Dia.
hug it
Okay,
out.
It's your turn.
Oh, sorry. Whatever the boys were talking about must have been so boring that I spaced out.
You are no help, Dia.
My situation is pretty straightforward. My employer, 𝐤𝐻𝐻𝐳 of the Homayani family, is friends with the Traveler and is currently recovering from her illness at home. I had nothing going on, so I decided to return to Aaru village for a visit. I was actually looking forward to a pretty exciting time getting back together with everyone here. But then I saw these two random guys in the middle of a pointless argument. It ticked me off, and things went downhill from there.
Is that all? Well, I will admit that definitely sounds like your style. In that case, welcome back, Dia.
That's more like it. I missed you all so much, Candace.
Just into clear just like that. Oh. What was that?
Whoa! What was that sound?
No need to worry. Now that you're no longer at each other's throats, please make yourselves at home. I'll take a quick trip outside to clear out some of those creatures in the sandstorm.
I can't relax and make myself at home when I just heard Chewbacca outside. What was that? Explain! Everyone else had to explain themselves.
Creatures? In the sandstorm? Are you sure you don't want some backup?
Fighting in a sandstorm is not for the faint-hearted. Anyone without extensive training in these conditions is at a disadvantage. You needn't worry.
That's fine by me, Paimon, shut up.
Yeah, just leave them to Candace. Don't worry, she's as tough as they come.
After a while, the winds outside begin to calm.
The winds died down. That means the sandstorm's over, right? Candace still isn't back yet, though. Is she alright? Maybe we should go out and check on her.
When you put it that way, even I'm starting to feel a little worried. All right, let's go. We've been here long enough, and the boys are as chatty as the floor.
Okay, everybody, that is it for this video. I know it was a little bit short as far as me getting involved with the gameplay. I know there was just a bunch of dialogue, but I want to hurry up and get this edited and uploaded for you guys since I missed last week for being out of town for a little bit. So without further ado, I want to thank you guys so much for the love on my past videos, and as well as watching this video and sticking it out with me. Oh my god, we have been through so much already, and it was just from cutscenes alone, so I can only imagine how everything else is gonna go. With that being said, please make sure to give this video a thumbs up, as well as subscribe and hit that bell button. That way you guys are always notified when I'm making new content, and to head on over to my social medias, Instagram and the Discord, to come join the party outside of the YouTube comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, it means a lot to me, and I will see you guys in the next video.